What's up guys, Justin here with the CGEssentials.com. So in today's video, we're going to check out an add-on for Blender that allows you to quickly create surfaces from different kinds of curves. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. All right, so Curves to Mesh is an add-on from Mark Kingsnorth that does exactly what it sounds like. It uses curves in order to generate meshes and faces inside of Blender. So there's a few different ways that it allows you to do this. Like for example, it allows you to use different profiles and create meshes from those profiles. It allows you to use sweeps, which is basically the extrusion of profiles along a path. And you can use multiple different profiles when you do that. You can also use this to create a patch or a skin, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a minute. So for those of you that have used SketchUp, I would say this is probably more similar to Curveloft than what we've talked about in the past. But let's go ahead and let's take a look at this in Blender. So first thing is you want to make sure that you install and enable this. So you want to make sure that you install the file and that you've enabled Curves to Mesh. Like this. Now we've talked in the past, we do have the ability inside of Blender, if you have edge loops like these, you do have the ability, if they are meshes, in order to come in here, tab into edit mode, and then use the bridge edge loops function in order to generate a surface in here, right? And then you can add different cuts and other things like that. Now the problem with that is A, these have to be meshes, right? And B, you have really no control over editing this or anything like that. However, a lot of the time what's going to be more ideal is we're going to want to create these in here as curves, right? Because curves give us a lot more control over the shape that we generate. So let's say that I was to come in here, create a curve like this. So something like this. And then maybe an additional curve like this one. Then I'm just going to duplicate this. I'm going to scale it on the y-axis to -1. Well, now what we want to do is we want to generate a surface using these profiles. Well, right now, if I was to select all of these, tab into edit mode and click on A or tap A and then try to run bridge edge loops, notice how this isn't going to work. This won't work unless we convert this to a mesh, which really kind of makes me lose the control that I have over this. That's not necessarily what I want. Now, Curves to Mesh, what that's going to do, if I tap the N key on my keyboard and click on Curves to Mesh, but basically what this is going to do is it's going to give me a menu right here, and I can select different things that I can do with this. So in this case, there's a few different ways that we can do this. We can set this to be a surface to mesh, a profile to mesh, or a sweep. Well, in this case, we can go ahead and click on the enable button right here. And what we want to do is we want to select the option for profiles to mesh. Well, what profiles to mesh is going to do is that's going to create a mesh based on the curve profiles that we have selected in here. Notice what that's doing is that's putting me in preview mode like this. Now, one of the cool things about this is you can add additional subdivisions in here. And I'm going to toggle off the snap to control point. That basically makes things snap to these points that are in here, which I don't really care if it does that or not. But this gives me the ability to create these different subdivisions in here. So if I bring this in, right, I can create a smoother mesh like this by adjusting the number of subdivisions. And so what's cool about this is if I come in here and I make an adjustment, right? So let's say I wanted to move these two control points out. So if I was to do a G and an X and move them this way, notice how that mesh is going to adjust with this. So we get this kind of like live editing in here of these meshes that allows you to change this before the mesh is created. And you can actually see it make the change when we do that. Now there are other cool things we can do with this. Like for example, if we wanted to make this more of a complete surface, we could mirror it like this. But basically what this is going to do is as soon as I click on the option for create mesh, that's going to generate a mesh in here. Now, one of the other things that's great about this as opposed to the way we did it before is notice how if I was to tab into edit mode on this one, notice how I lost the profiles that were in here, right? So as soon as you do a bridge edge loops on the mesh, basically what it's going to do is it's going to make you lose those control curves. This one, on the other hand, allows you to generate this as kind of a separate object or a separate mesh like this. So if you did want to come back in and make a change later, this is going to give you the ability to do that. So in addition, this tool also allows you to generate closed curves like this one. And notice how these are actually multiple different curves like this, but I've got them all in a collection, which I've labeled surface. But what I can do is I can use this tool. I can click on the surface option right here. I'm gonna click on preview, enable, and notice what that's going to do is that's actually going to come in here and that's going to generate a surface based on those 4 curves that I have in here. And again, remember that you can come in here and make those adjustments, right? So for example, if I was to move this down, notice how this curve is going to adjust along with it. So what that does, right, is that gives me a lot more control. Now you do want to be careful, obviously. You're going to want these corners to touch each other, right? So that you've created a closed shape in here. Otherwise this isn't going to work. But as long as you can generate a closed shape, you can use that in order to create a surface based on those contours. And again, you can adjust things like the number of subdivisions that are in here, making this a smoother surface if you want to do that. So you can do things like adjusting the number of subdivisions that are in here in order to create or generate a smoother surface. Then when I click on create mesh, what that's going to do is that's going to generate that mesh. And again, notice how I get the mesh, but I also retain my control lines in case I want to try again, which is really valuable to me because I hate losing this stuff in case I get a result that I don't like. All right, so you can also use it to create surfaces like these, which are closed, right? So I've got 4 different skins and I've got them all snapped so that the endpoints are on the corners here. You can take all of these, and in this case, I would want this to be a surface to mesh, but if I click on enable, notice what that's going to do is that's going to generate a surface based on those curves right here. So I will say probably the part that I struggle with the most with this tool is just getting the curves that I want in here, and that's more of a Blender curves thing than an issue with curves to mesh. And again, remember that when we're in preview mode, we can come in here and we can adjust this. And as we adjust the control points, the surface that it's going to create is going to adjust along with this. And so there are some other interesting examples of how this might work. Like for example, this is one of the sample models that comes along with this. But basically you can see what this does is this is going to use this curve in order to generate a mesh that's in here. But then if you use the mirror function in here, that's going to flip it across the axis right here, giving you the ability to generate this complete like head model using curves inside of Blender. All right, and then remember that the sweeps function is going to allow you to use various profiles along a curve in order to generate a shape. So for example, with this one, what this is going to do is we can select this whole thing, and remember that you need to give it the sweep circle or the sweep curve that it needs to sweep along. But if we click on enable, notice what that's going to do is that's going to take this and it's going to basically create a profile that transitions into those different shapes. And it's a little hard to see like this, so maybe we'll just create the mesh. But basically this is what this mesh might be if you wanted to take that profile and make it change along those shapes. So if I move this up, notice how it's square right here, but then it moves into these more star shapes over here, and then it comes back into the square on this side. So this will use the various profiles that we have along this path in order to generate a shape like this. Now note that there is also the ability to use this with the animation nodes. Now I haven't used animation nodes, so honestly I'm not even sure if it's still working or not. When I go to the animation nodes page, the last thing it says is it's for Blender 2.93, so I couldn't tell you if this is actually working or not, but this does give you the ability, if it is working, in order to animate those curves in kind of like real time using those nodes. And so for me, most of the time if I'm using this tool, I'm most likely going to be using it for creating things like this profile right here and then generating like a skin. That's probably where this is going to be most useful to me, but this is definitely a better tool set for doing that than the tools that are built into Blender. All right, so I will link to curves to mesh on this page if you're interested in checking it out. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.